Earlier, we told you about McKrae Game. He's the founder of one of the largest conversion therapy programs in the country. This program aims to change a person's sexuality through faith-based counseling and interventions. And for the past 20 years, this was McKrae's mission in life, but not today. McKrae Game, who just came out as gay to the world, joins us live now. Mr. Game, thank you for joining us. What do you say to all the people that you've hurt who say you caused them to hate themselves or even try to commit suicide? What would you say to them right now if they're watching?
I have said many times that I'm sorry. I've done, I'll be apologizing, I'm sure, for the rest of my life. I always tried to be as honest as I possibly could when people were in my office sitting and talking with me. And if anybody had done that before, they would know that. But I can also understand the drive-by view that people had of our organization that said, freedom from homosexuality through Jesus Christ led people to believe that we were going to do one thing when we really meant something completely different. In a way, I have to admit, it's false advertising in some way. But I would tell people that we could not change their sexuality. It was more of denial therapy than it was anything, which after kind of snapping out of that mindset, and now coming out, or even before coming out, realizing how unhealthy that was, and now being on the other side of it, I can tell anyone who's trying to live in a way that is denying what comes naturally to them, it is not healthy for your psyche or for your sense of peace.
Mr. Game, I just want to jump in quickly and ask you, what made you come out now, and how long did you actually know you were gay for?
Well, I knew I was different at around 5 years old. And around 11, it started becoming more real. I didn't have my first gay interaction until I was 19. But then I fell into the evangelical world from 22 until the day that I got fired, November 2017. And so from November 2017 till June of this year, I was kind of in a lost place and trying to decide what I was going to do with my life. And in May, I met with local gay leaders and told them what all was going on in their life, because I realized I was that guy that was against them all that time. And it was only right that I met with them and told them what was going on in my life, and to be 100% open and transparent with them.
Now, that's interesting, because there's a very popular school of thought that people feel that homophobia actually comes from the fear of what is happening internally, that it's a self-loathing because a lot of people who are homophobic may also be homosexual. How much do you think your projection or your self-loathing caused you to react the way that you did?
I would say it's a combination of internal and external. I think a lot of people put all of it on the church or family and community, or some people put it all on that individual. I think it's a combination of both of those things. I remember seeing a young gay man at a PFLAG meeting, and how much energy and how much excitement he had. It was so foreign to me to see that, and wondered what it would be like to be that young man who not only has been celebrated, but he allows himself to celebrate himself. And it was a foreign thing to see that, and to allow myself to be in that place it is actually a very joy-filled thing to be, if that answers your question.
Mr. Game, I want to ask a question I think our entire audience is questioning, is how do you live with yourself? Because you know that there's got to be almost literally and figuratively blood on your hands. What do you plan to do to atone for this? Do you intend on going on a speaking tour? Do you plan on talking to other conversion pastors? What way do you feel that you can best atone for this this act that you've committed?
Well, I've done a number of things. I could just be silent. I could just not be doing any of this. I could just be being quiet. But I believe that my voice is best used speaking out against what I now see as a wrong, and admitting those wrongs specifically and saying what those wrongs specifically were. And I know we don't have time for that, but I do, if I were to get a speaking engagement, I would certainly accept that. I did commit to on a lengthy Facebook Live video that's on my feed where I explained all this last night. I did commit to giving any monies from any speaking honorariums or any book profits to LGBTQ organizations, so no one thinks I'm making money off of this. But I have been involved in the gay community in any way, trying to volunteer and do anything that I can. I do plan to do a series of YouTube videos addressing former clients of my own and clients of ex-gay and conversion therapy organizations.
Mr. Game, I appreciate that. I appreciate that you are on your road to redemption. I would like this to be the first opportunity on that road to redemption. So what can you tell our viewers right now that believe that gay conversion therapy works? What can you tell them, coming from someone who used to attempt to convert little boys and girls who are just trying to live their truth? What would you say to the audience right now?
Well, I believe conversion therapy, or any form of teaching or therapy or ministry that is trying to tell someone what comes naturally to them, is wrong and harmful. It is harmful to that person's psyche, their sense of peace, their sense of well-being. And I would encourage them to stop. And the person who is trying to seek after that, I would encourage them to reconsider that and to talk to a friend that is, because a lot of these people that are seeking out these organizations, they are being pushed in that direction, and they need to reach out to someone who's not pushing them in that direction.
I respect that. Thank you, McKrae. Thank you, McKrae Game, for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you.